You want to talk about silver. When we try to talk about silver with our friends and our family, they often look at us like we are crazy. But are we crazy? Or is there a legitimate growing interest in the silver market? In this video, let's talk for a little bit. Let's just scratch the surface and look at just a few of the factors that can indicate to us that there is now a growing interest in silver and how it's existed for even centuries. Let's dig in, you and me, right now. Are we entering the great silver bull market, the one we've all been waiting for, when the price of silver goes up and up on a consistent basis year over year for maybe 10 or 15 years. Let's just take a look at the history of silver. It's been a monetary metal for thousands and thousands of years. As a matter of fact, did you know that the word for silver in many, if not most, of the languages throughout the world, the word for silver is the same word they use for money? Now, isn't that interesting? So silver has an illustrious history as a monetary metal. As a matter of fact, here in the United States of America, up until President Nixon temporarily, remember when he took us off the gold standard? I was 1 year old, I remember. Well, our money, our coins, silver dollars, half dollars, quarters, you name it, they all had silver in them. So silver has been a monetary metal for centuries and centuries. And just recently has the world's dominant currency tried to eliminate that fact. But how's that worked out? How's the dollar, the paper dollar, how's it held up since 1971? Well, it's only lost like 95% of its value. So people around the world are waking up. They want to protect their wealth, their value, and they're remembering that silver's an excellent, excellent way to do that. But what about industrial? Let's just touch on that. We know that whole story, right? There is growing demand for silver in the industrial sector. Electronics, solar panels, you name it. The prospects for future demand look great for silver from an industrial perspective. And what about Elon Musk? You've heard of him, right? I mean, he's like the biggest name brand executive, visionary, entrepreneur, agent for change, probably of our time, like him or not. But there's a lot of people proposing that he is likely going to move into the silver market because he needs a lot of silver for his company, solar, electric cars, batteries, etc. Robert Kiyosaki even mentioned this recently. There is growing interest in silver because it is so critical to the future and there's such a small supply. Are you a member of Wall Street Silver? No discussion of silver growing interest would be complete without mentioning Wall Street Silver. It's only a couple years old. It's a Reddit community of people who are passionate about silver, studying silver, stacking silver. It has grown to almost 130,000 members. What about when we go to Europe, right? I'm hearing that in Germany, other European countries, there is more interest in silver and gold for that matter, but silver in particular than we've seen in decades. People around the world appear to be waking up to the multifaceted, good story behind our favorite shiny white metal. And what about right here, right now? You are with me in my basement talking about silver. Who would have thought? If you told me 20 years ago I'd be sitting in my basement talking to you wherever you are in the world about silver, I wouldn't have believed you. It's an incredible movement that's going on right now. And by the way, I really appreciate you, yes, you, right now being with me here in the basement. If you get some entertainment or value from my video, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Now let's get back to silver. Are you a trader? Are you a technical trader? I'm not. But if we do look at the long-term chart of silver, we see something very interesting. It's called a cup and handle pattern. It's a technical pattern that occurs on long-term charts, and it's very bullish for the price of silver. It looks like this. It's a cup and then a little handle on the end. And we're in the handle phase right now, which indicates we could, from a technical perspective, head much, much higher in the price of silver. We'll wrap up by talking about silver interest, which is growing almost exponentially in the East. Look at the country of India. They're set to import 350 million ounces of silver this year. Do you realize that's like 35% of the entire world's production of silver for the year? There's been months alone where India has imported more silver in 1 month than is in the vault of the COMEX. I mean, it is crazy. You know the COMEX, that's where they trade the electronic silver, the unicorn fart dust silver. So demand for silver around the world is growing in these Eastern countries. They're talking about starting their own currency, which will be backed by real assets, including gold and silver. And we know that there's a new exchange being developed in Moscow, the Moscow World Standard, which will compete directly with the exchanges in the West, the COMEX in the United States of America and the LBMA in London, England. And they've stated that they're starting this new exchange, which will have a new spot price for things like silver and gold, platinum and palladium. They're doing that because they're tired of the stranglehold manipulation that the Western exchanges have imparted on the price of the metals for the last 50 years. Wow, it's gonna be an interesting 5 to 10 years for the price of the metals. The interest continues to grow, and that includes me and you right now. Thank you for joining me. It's my honor always to have you here in the basement, and I will look forward to seeing you, yes you next time. Hey everybody, it's Ron from Ron's Basement, live on the log flume with Lily. Lily, say hi.
Hi.